we need to get on with the show. So hang on, we'll play his jingle again. So if you just joined us, this is part 2 of the Chef's Lot with Sandie. So, the Spice Guy. So, David Bowie. So you cooked for Bowie's family, didn't you, recently?
Yeah, well, really, while that track was on, I just had a notification on a certain social media site. And exactly a year to the day, it's weird. Again, this just proves my point. David Bowie is coming to my life. We'll retrack of what we talked about, because I'm sure the listeners don't really know what the bloody hell we're on about.
No, we don't. They don't.
But exactly a year to the day, I just got a notification. That's where I was, and I've just literally sent it to you now, and you can see where I was cooking and what I was doing. David, it's really weird. My life has been really weird in the last 2 or 3 years. Yeah, I'm the spice guy, but slowly, things have been going really weird. I wouldn't say weird, but do you know when you sit back and you go, oh yeah, it's like Columbo. You know when you watch Columbo?
Yeah.
When we were kids and we watched Columbo, and you go, oh yeah, he put that thing in the drawer, and that's why he got caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's me right now. Everything is, and I realise it's apparently. There's a guy called Steve Jobs who invented this thing.
I've heard about him. Yeah,
I don't know if you heard about him.
Yeah,
but he talks about this. It's called connecting the dots. I never heard of this. It's called connecting the dots to your life.
Yeah.
And weirdly, David Bowie has, in the last 3 years, subliminally come into my life. I never realised. And I had a message out of the blue a year and a bit ago, saying, we'd like you to come and cook for us. They want a specific style. Would you be interested? So I went along. Obviously, I didn't know nothing what was going on. And it happened to be artwork by David Bowie. One of the artworks where I was cooking, where I was making canapes in a little room, you will see it. The painting was £75 million.
Woo! Did you buy it?
And you know what the bloke said? Do you want to know? Do you know what the bloke said? He walked in. He went, "Don't mind me." The owner of the art, he goes, "Don't mind me." I can't do a southern accent.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just going to cover this. We don't want any food on it. I went, "Oh yeah, of course we don't." And as he walked off, he says, "Just 75 million."
Imagine having that on your wall in your house. You couldn't have that anywhere in Manchester or Salford, could you? You know what I mean? He's got a painting in his kitchen.
But there was like 7 other pieces in there like that, and it's a different world. It's a mind-blowing different world.
It is, mate.
And I'm like chopping the canapes, like making sure not 1 ounce of salt or pepper or anything just goes anywhere. You know what I mean? And then obviously David Bowie's got all this art. He was massive into his art, into just general. I mean, the guy was weird. I mean, more I learn about him, he's weird. He was weird, but also a really good-hearted person.
Yeah.
He was into this Kabbalah as well. There was some really freaky stuff and the amount of drugs that they took would probably knock out every single current young pop star that is out there. One little something that David Bowie probably had on a night out, them boys.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah, they could party, couldn't
they? David Bowie sat in a bar alongside Paul McCartney, and who walks in? The Rolling Stones boys. I mean, what would they be doing? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, it's unbelievable. Yeah, definitely.
Mental, isn't it? When you think about it. And we just produced some food, and it was just mind blowing. And it's just really weird that it constantly keeps coming back into my life, slowly, and that's where everything kind of changed for me. My reputation, is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Stature, I don't know what we call it, but it kind of like propelled me ever so slightly and put me on the scene a little bit. Yeah. So that was a good bit of a leg up by Mr. Bowie. So
it does, mate, and I love that because I've said to someone the other day, I am connecting, and I use that phrase. I'm just connecting the dots because I think what you do is we do what we're doing, and it's probably a bit like, and it's not about food. This is about stuff in general, but you don't know who's watching you. You don't know what you produce, and then when you sit back and actually look what you've done and connect it all together and think, wow. So as an example, we're promoting this E17 track in a minute. So I've gone away and gone. get someone to do a TikTok, because TikTok propels music massively. So I've got a friend who I interviewed last year, and she's got 1.5 million followers on TikTok. And I said, "Could you TikTok to this song?" And she went, "Yeah, I'll do that for you." So all these, so it's not just what you do; it's your connections to other people, and that's what you've got. You over the years, you amass these connections and all this knowledge and information and pull it together. So. I love your vibe, I love your attitude, love your vibe, love your energy, which I think is why you will propel yourself. And I like the way you've changed your sign. I noticed I was laughing my head off while we was playing the music. You've changed it to bacon butty, because you can't beat a bacon butty. And do you put butter on your bacon butty or not? I do.
Mate, do you remember? I don't know if you saw my very first when we went into lockdown. When we went into the original lockdown, back in the days when we used to have good lockdowns. Do you remember those lockdowns?
Yeah, when the sun was shining and you could go outside and barbecue.
Oh, those lockdown days were brilliant. So the first lockdown, I decided I didn't know what to do. I was like, holy moly, cockamole, what do we do? So I just thought, you know what? Let's just have fun. Let me just cook. Let me see what this Facebook Live nonsense is all about. And I just went live one day, and I ended up doing it every day, because guess what? I don't know about you, but I generally have a meal once a day.
yeah, definitely, yeah.
I don't know about you. So I thought, why not record it? So I did. I recorded it, and it was just crazy. Every day, video after video of me cooking. And one of the very first was a bacon butty, because for me, there's something sensual, there's something sexy, there's something manly, there's something for everyone. And I cooked my bacon in butter. Then I put so much butter on bread. Now, don't tell my healthy people out there, because obviously I am keto and I'm not meant to have carbs. Every now and then, I go to the dark side, and a proper, you can go with the sliced bread if you want, the thick Warby's bread if you want. I ain't got a problem with that. Kingsmill, if you want to go Kingsmill, I'm not got a problem. If you want to go trendy and get a ciabatta and some sourdough, knock yourself out. But square loaf with butter, tons of it. Cooked tomatoes, but I also put tomatoes with tomato ketchup, just little.
Oh yeah, just give it a bit of a tang.
Because tomatoes are enhanced by tomato sauce because of all the shit that's in it. Yeah, it enhances tomatoes, so you're gonna have a far superior tomato sauce. A little tip there for you, Ken. If you want it, and then it just
My mouth is watering. My mouth is watering now, and we've not got any bacon in the house. You see, I had a stroke last year, 2019, sorry, not 2020, mini stroke, and one of the things that I looked at was food, and one of the issues that can not help is nitrates. So I tend to buy nitrate-free bacon.
Well, I'm working on a project right now to try and have on my books some nitrate-free bacon, because it's old-fashioned. That's why everything tastes naff now, because what they do to stuff is that they take all the flavor out of it and try and preserve it and make it what it's not, because real food is real.
Yeah.
It goes off quickly. I won't say quickly, but it goes off. It doesn't need to keep freshness, bread, I don't know about you, but now everyone squeezes bread. Let's see how soft it is. That's the in thing. How the softer it is, the better. But no, bread shouldn't be soft. It shouldn't be.
Yeah.
It should have taste, of course, and it should longevity of really 2 or 3 days. Have you seen that bread that you can get now? That it's still super soft, but it's got off and green. Like, how does that work?
It's crazy. I mean, and that's why you got to admire the French, because the French, you cannot put preservatives in French bread, can you? In the baguettes. So that's why every day, I've stayed at a place called Chanteloup in Le Mans, a brilliant chateau caravan, and every morning the little van pulls up, and they've got croissants and fresh baguettes in the morning that they've just baked. Once they've gone, and it's just the most amazing thing ever.
And you know what? People will say, "Oh, that's bread. It's bad for you. Oh, you shouldn't eat all that." But you know what? I would rather, I do free classes now, right? Because I put my money where my mouth is. Every Monday, I want to show people for free. My target is to get 100 people cooking along or watching. You don't actually have to cook along, because more important, to be quite honest, it's actually, you learn a lot more when you sat there with a pen and paper and you're taking notes and you've got a cup of coffee, as opposed to trying to cook along with me. But if you want to cook along, you're more than welcome to. And it's going back to basics and cooking basic and cooking fresh. And the French have never lost that. Never, ever, ever, ever. So they do eat bread. They get fresh bread every day. You go to Gay Paris, you'll see some bloke, which I can never understand. This is one thing I can never understand. He'll take his French baguette, he's looking all trendy with his suit on, goes on the metro, and then folds it and puts it under his arm. I'm like, what the hell have you done there, mate? What have you done there?
Crazy, isn't it?
But anyway, that's just weird. But every day, it's fresh. But that kind of bread, my friend, is a different process. It's fresher, hasn't had all the... Granted, it's not great for you. I'm not condoning that you go out and start eating baguettes and bread. No. What I'm saying is, those guys in France who are eating that, they're eating the best, the best of the best. So what they're putting in here is important. And I know we haven't touched on food yet properly, and the chef and the stuff, but the biggest key, and people got to realize this, that this is the key to everything, to the whole food scene right now. And you're going to have tons of people go, this diet, that diet, or they say, do this, do that, or try this, try that. They're all right. They're all wrong. I'm right. I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Right. But this is the point. This is it. Right? I'm going to hit you with a massive bombshell. Right. It's going to blow you away. Stop thinking this as a body. Think of it as a car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time you do this and put something in here, it's fuel. It's fuel. You would not take your beautiful brand new Mercedes CDI E-Class and then shove petrol in it. You wouldn't do it. You just wouldn't, because you know that it's going to knacker your car.
It's gonna...
But why do we do it to ourselves?
I don't know. Because we've been brainwashed by big corporations who want to feed us full of the cheap. Like we'll talk about bread, you talk about fizzy drinks and everything, and food. They have to make stuff that's cheaper so they can make more profit. They're not making it for you to be good for you. They're making it to make more profit. I think that's why I wanted to do this slot. And yes, we've not touched about recipes or thing, but this first show is about introducing you, and I'm sure we'll get to all that good stuff. But once people understand you, I want them to go and find you. I want them to go and follow you. I want them to be doing what you're. You know what I mean? I want people to understand. And you're right. I believe. Vegan. I always think about vegans and all the rest of it. People think I'm anti-vegan. I'm not anti-vegan. I'm anti-vegan, the extremist, as I'm anti every other extremist. What I've got an issue with, because I've had a vegan friend in here and we talked about it, and we both agreed the best thing people can do is eat whole foods, cook for themselves, cook from scratch. So what people misunderstand from a lot of diets is, because it says low fat, it's good for me. No, it's not. Because it says vegan, it's good for me. No, it's not. Because if you're eating a processed piece of crap, you might as well eat a processed piece of crap that's got meat in it. You're not making and doing anything better for your body. So yeah, you can eat that stuff, but I think people are eating far too much of it far too often, and I think that's our biggest problem. That's why I want you people on the show. So let's have another track, and we'll come back with if you're okay to stay on for a bit.
Mate, you pretty much got me until I can stop talking. But apparently, I'm not allowed to talk. My missus said.
Well, I've had a request, and we are promoting E17 a minute, and it's by Stuart Howe, who's got me connected to E17.
Brilliant.
And it's a track called All Right. So that's what we're going to play. We'll be right back with the chef guy after this. It's the No Bangra Show.